Hey, what's up guys, WRG here in a video, and today we're doing an EDC video, which is my everyday carry. So I did one a few months back, but I made some changes to it, so I wanted to update you guys on that. Also, if you guys like any of the particular products, I'll leave links down below so you guys can check those out. And if you want to jump to a particular section of the video, like flashlights, guns, whatever it is you want to look at, I'll also leave links for that so you guys can check that out in the description. If you guys have any comments about what I can improve in my EDC, also leave that down below so I can check it out. And like, share, and subscribe if you like this content so I can make more in the future. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with the watches. This is one of my G-Shocks. This is called the Gravity Master, and it has a couple cool features on it that I really like. Obviously, you can light it up whenever you want. It also has a few functions here on the bottom that you can see. So you have there the timer, world time, stopwatch, timer, multiple alarms, and the COMP, that's for a compass. And it actually has a dedicated button here on the side that you'll just press. And then you have your compass feature working. So pretty cool. I really like the functions on it. It looks pretty nice, and it was a gift, so definitely a keeper. Here I have the watch that I probably use the most often, and that is the Rangeman by G-Shock. And this one I like because it's so simple. I literally just look at my watch, I know what day it is, I know the date, and I know the time. And I use military time for work, so that's what I usually keep on here. So pretty nice, has a light up feature, just like most of those G-Shocks have that backlight. Also has a few extra features here that you'll see. So it has a barometer, has altimeter, and also has a compass. So you could calibrate those depending on where you are, and pretty nice features here. So, you know, I like the double strap here, just like on my other watch. And all in all, it's a great watch. Obviously waterproof like all G-Shocks. They have a great warranty. Not that I really need to use it, but pretty happy with this watch for sure. Okay, so here's a watch that I don't use every day. This is a Rolex GMT Master 2. So very nice watch. I was really happy when I first got it, used it all the time, but I used it unfortunately one day on public transportation and somebody tried to fight me and try to steal it from me. And since then I decided that I'm not gonna wear it all the time. I really just use it now for special occasions. I don't want to instigate any type of, situations. I was carrying a firearm on me that day, and luckily I didn't have to use it or pull it out for any reason. So something that kind of stays at home now. I do use it for like weddings and special situations, but as you guys can see here, it's a ceramic bezel. It does have the GMT hand, which is here on the left by that triangle. And what's cool about it is that you can use military time on the outside and then regular time on the inside. It was actually made for Pan Am Airlines a long time ago with them in mind, and you're able to use it, generally for pilots or for traveling if you want to look at two different time zones at the same time. So pretty cool features, but not something I'll really carry with me all the time anymore. Okay, so here I just have my wallet and my keys. Now this wallet is from a company called Velez, which is a Colombian company specializing in leather products. So very cool. It was actually a gift from my wife, so definitely a keeper. And my keys, nothing special except for this little bad boy right here, which is pretty cool. It's made from a company, SanDisk, you guys may know it. And it's a flash drive that holds 128 gigabytes of data. So if you're a student or someone that needs to carry a lot of data, it's definitely very handy, very small, and convenient to carry with you. So next up, I'm going to go through my knives. This is a neck knife that I recently got. It's 100% ceramic, which I thought was pretty cool, on paracord. Now, I don't usually wear neck knives, so this is probably the least common one that I'll carry, but I thought it was pretty cool. Stone River Gear makes it, and I did a small review on it, but just like the idea that it's pure ceramic, there's absolutely no metal here, and it's a cool little blade to have, I think. Okay, next up I have the Kershaw Blur. So this knife, you guys may know it from my unboxing videos. I always use it for my unboxings, and that's because I don't EDC it. I think it's pretty cool for unboxings, but honestly, this grip, in case of a tactical situation, if I ever needed to use it for self-defense, I don't think this grip will really hold, and I feel like my fingers could slip forward. Next up here, the SOG Spec Elite 2. So this is a very cool knife. Unfortunately, I had to put some tape here because it kept ripping out my pants. But aside from that, it's very slim, very lightweight, and easy to deploy. All you gotta do is press that, and it does deploy with some force, so you definitely gotta hold on to it, as you guys can see there. But very nice knife. It was a gift from my father, so definitely something I like to hold on to and wear on occasion. Next up, I have the Spyderco Pacific Salt, and this is one that I use really specifically for going out in the ocean. It's supposed to be rust proof. I've heard that they're not always 100% rust proof, but in my case, I've had it for quite a while and haven't had any issues with it. So very nice. It's not the fastest to deploy for me, but awesome jimping, awesome knife, very lightweight, so pretty cool for EDC. Specifically, I use it when I'm out boating or anything like that, but definitely all around good knife. Next up, I have here the K-Bar TDI collaboration. This is an awesome fixed blade. It's a lot faster, obviously, than a folding knife for a self-defense scenario, and that's really what it's intended for. They have different sizes, but I find this size to be the best for me. I am looking maybe to replace this for something a little bit more comfortable because this does dig into me in the corner. I have seen a few different companies making some holsters for it, so that's definitely something I need to look into. But aside from that, it's a very nice blade and very quick to deploy, obviously. My absolute favorite pocket knife to carry that I cannot get rid of is the Cold Steel Recon 1. This blade is just super easy to deploy. It's big and monstrous, yet fits in the pocket so small. And that's really what I like about it. And that's because of this clip design. It's so tiny and really doesn't take up any space. It's hard for people to really notice it, and you guys can see some dust there, and that's because I really only save it for like tactical purposes. I don't use it for everyday stuff. But aside from that, the G10 here is very nice. I did have to sand it down a little bit under this clip so it doesn't tear up my pants, but that was a super easy fix. I love how good the grip is here, so if you ever did need to use it, there's no way your hands are sliding forward. So all in all, a great little knife to have. Next up, I have these Oakley Holbrook glasses that I find to be pretty useful. They're polarized. I've only had one issue with them, and that's out boating. It was raining really hard, and the polarizing lens on the end kind of just broke off. Oakley really couldn't do anything about it. I had to buy new lenses, but aside from that, it's very lightweight, very easy to carry. There you can see the brand name on it, or the name of the actual model, which is the Holbrook. So very cool glasses, something I carry most of the time. And I'm looking to get maybe new glasses, but for so far I've held these for a couple years and can't let go of them yet. Okay, so in terms of medical gear, there's pretty much 3 things I'll carry with me, and I don't have all these on me all the time, but I try my best to do so. First up is the CPR face shield. So this is something that just kind of works as a barrier if you ever had to perform CPR on someone. I am CPR certified, and I recommend that everyone go out there and get certified. You know, everyone can, you don't have to be a healthcare professional, but definitely something that will come in handy. Next up, I have Quick Clot. This is a hemostatic dressing, so in case someone is bleeding profusely, this is something that you could use to stop the bleeding, whatever kind of bleeding or injury it is. And lastly, I have a RATS tourniquet, which is very easy and convenient to carry. It's lightweight, and I did a review on it. It's very effective, and I'm a big fan. So next up, I have this tactical pen by Smith & Wesson. And what I like about it, it has this grip here that really gives you a nice firm grip if you ever needed to use it as a force multiplier. And if not, it also works as a very good pen. All you have to do is take off the cap and you're good to go. I personally don't like to write with the cap, although you could twist this on in the back, but I think it just makes the pen a little heavier, and I don't like having too much of a heavy pen. I also have these refills here, so whenever the actual ink runs out, you could just keep refilling it and use this pen forever. So it's aircraft aluminum, so pretty nice, and did a full review on it as well. Now in terms of flashlights, one of my favorite EDC flashlights is this Olight S1 Mini Baton. It's so small and compact, easy to use. The clip is reversible, so you could have it up or down, however you like. It's just one rechargeable battery, very simple. If I want to hold it down and start it off on moonlight, I can, and then I can flip through different settings, double click, gets me ultra brightness. I believe it's like 500 lumens if I'm not mistaken. So did a review on that if you guys want to check that out, but very cool, tiny little light, very powerful as well. Now my main light that I like to carry is my Surefire EDC L2T. I do have a different clip on it. This is the tactician clip, which I find it to be pretty useful on this particular light. Now it doesn't fit exactly very easily. I have a video on putting it in, but you could barely snug it in. So just be careful with that, guys. It's not really intended to fit, but it sure can. And this is 1200 lumens. It's a gaslight pedal switch, so kind of light and then powerful. So yeah, you could like do a half press and then a full press basically to see how powerful the light is. So very nice. I think an adrenaline type of situation, you're just going to push it all the way down anyway, so I'm not really worried about this half press, which a lot of people don't like, but I think for tactical purposes it works out great, and all in all it's a pretty good light. Okay, so I know that last light was pretty expensive, not gonna lie to you guys, but if you guys want something that's much more inexpensive, this is actually my backup that I use. This is a Haxtech HT18. And basically this light has 960 lumens for literally like a tenth of the price. So all you gotta do is press that, and then you could cycle through different settings. And I believe that's the high version. And if you want to just keep it on high, you certainly could do so. And basically just click on and off from the back. Now something that I feel like a lot of people underestimate is the power of a good pepper spray. So a good pepper spray is something that could definitely be used in many situations where a firearm is not really appropriate. So I definitely like to keep these on. This is the Mark 6 on my right hand side. It's a very easy flip up cap, has a clip here on the side, so very easy to deploy. Not something you should bury in your purse or the bottom of your bag. This is something that you should have pretty much close on you, so that's why I like that clip. And then if you want something a little larger, you definitely have this one. which is they're both Sabre. This is a pepper gel. What I like about the pepper gel is that you don't have to worry about wind or anything. It's definitely a direct shot to whatever your target is. And they both have, I believe, about 12 to 15 feet. This one obviously is going to have a little bit more pressure since it's larger. But I did a full review on these, and pretty good pepper sprays in my opinion. All right, next up, kind of an odd product to throw in here, but this is an unbreakable umbrella. Obviously, I don't use the umbrella all the time. This is only if it's raining or something, you know, obviously for the appropriate occasions. But, you know, it has a really strong metal tip on the end. I've seen some serious damage done to these and they've survived. So pretty cool. And then obviously the back has a pretty hard ball here. And it's just a regular umbrella. But, you know, if you ever did need to use one as an improvised force multiplier, you certainly could do so. And this is the umbrella to have. Now, one of the most important things about carrying a concealed weapon is carrying a strong belt. So as you guys can see here, this belt does not really fold, holds its shape pretty well. I've had this for several years and you know, it's very firm. I cannot crush this as hard as I try. So this is a very tight material. I know it looks like an ordinary belt, but trust me, it's not. It's very strong, and Acre makes really good products. So I've stuck with this belt for a few years now and I haven't had any issues with it. It's certainly my go-to, especially when I'm concealed carrying. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I have 3 different options that I like to carry: small, medium, large. We'll start with the small one. So this is the Ruger LCP2, and I really like this holster. I did a review on it, and although I usually don't go with leather, this is a very nice leather holster. It holds the gun very well in place, so pretty solid in that sense. Also, this is, you could turn this and adjust the cant, which is very nice. And I really like the clip design where it really holds in there very well. So you could definitely put this in basketball shorts. You could put this in a regular belt. Although I don't recommend basketball shorts, honestly, I do it all the time with these and I don't have any issue. I could draw my weapon fairly easily, and I don't have to resort to pocket carry, which is, I don't think, an effective means of carrying a pistol. So also I have this extended magazine here, and this +1 magazine is not really just for capacity, but really just to give me a solid grip on it. So definitely a must-have in my opinion, and this is by Cover 6 Gear, in case you're wondering. Okay, so choosing the right ammunition I think is almost as important as choosing the proper caliber that you're going to be using. So this is by Fort Scott Munitions, and this has very good performance, and I'm all about having the best performing ammunition with you. And I think it's something that unfortunately a lot of people overlook. So for 380s, this is definitely what I recommend. Next up, I have my Glock 43, and I carry it in multi-holster here. And I think multi-holsters makes excellent products, and I'm really happy with it. I like this sweat shield on the side, so because I don't like really sweating on my gun. I don't want it to rust or anything like that. And it has very good retention, just like all my holsters. And what I did here is I got a Terran Tactical carry stipple done. So as you guys can see, it's stippled here on the back, also on the front, and a few different areas of the gun, but not on the side, so it doesn't rub against your stomach or anything. So very nice and comfortable for carrying. I like having the +2, not only for the ammunition capacity, but also for the grip. So it definitely gives me a nice firm grip on it, and while maintaining the slim profile of the Glock 43, which I think is pretty cool. And then of course I have here the critical defense that I like to use. This is 115 grain. I know a lot of people like to use 124 grain plus P, which is just as good of a round, maybe even better. But in my opinion, this works just fine, especially out of the shorter barrel. I think this has pretty good performance. Lastly, from one of my biggest guns that I like to carry, which is the Glock 19. This is a Raven Concealment Eidolon. I know I'm not probably pronouncing that correctly, but it's an awesome holster. I did a review on it. This is probably the best Glock 19 holster I've been able to find, and it's very comfortable and really hides the gun really well, which I think pretty important. I don't have any customizations to this except for the sights, which are Trijicon HD night sights, which I really like, and I have that also on my Glock 43 in order to have some consistency, but nothing really else done. I wouldn't mind having a little carry stipple or something here done. In fact, I actually just recently ordered some Talon grips for my Ruger LCP2. So I'm pretty excited to get those, and I'll look out for that review coming soon. Now for the ammunition on my Glock 19, I do like Federal HST. This is 147 grain, and it has great performance, and this ammunition is really not too expensive. It's like 20 bucks or maybe a little bit more for a box of 50 rounds, which if you guys are familiar with hollow point ammunition is a pretty good price. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy my EDC. Last up, my GOA hat. Always try to represent, and sometimes I'll carry some business cards. But if you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Also, leave your comments down below on what you think I can improve, and just check me out on Patreon, which is patreon.com/werunguns. Really helps out the channel. Appreciate the support, guys. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. WRG out.